Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account. Yeah, in my bank account.
Yo, what's up, guys? This is Apple Advisor, and yeah, I'm here with a brand new video today, and we're gonna be talking about what's coming soon, which is the latest Apple event. Every year in September, Apple releases what mainly people are waiting for is new iPhones. But obviously that's not what they release just in the September event. They normally release the iPads, which they used to do it in March, but now with the iPad Pro, they're starting to release some in March and some in September. So we're going to be talking about that. Our main thing we're obviously going to be talking about is the iPhone 11. Now, keep in mind, these are called rumors, okay? That's why mainly, well, they don't show here. Oh, there's one right here where it shows rumors. Now, keep this in mind. This doesn't mean that everything that's in these articles will come true. Not always, you know. So anyways, the main things we're going to be talking about is the iPhone 11, we're going to skip the watch, and here's why. I'm going to give you just a little bit of an update for the watch, because it's not really going to be that, interesting, and I'll explain to you in a little bit. The MacBook Pro 16-inch and the new iPads that they're going to be updating. Obviously also, after the event, iOS 13 and tvOS and all that's going to be coming out, which is going to be really exciting, because I can't wait until iOS 13. And I'll show you guys why in a little bit, or I'll explain why. So anyways, I'm going to tell you guys what's going to be happening to the Apple Watch, which really, it's not going to be that special, and here's why. So far, with all we know about rumors, is that it's going to have a titanium case, which, I have one right here. Normally, it's ceramic. But now they're going to try to do a titanium version of the Apple Watch. And that's going to be interesting, because it's not the only thing that Apple has made that's titanium. If you guys don't know about the new Apple Card that came out, it's also titanium. So we'll see how that's going to work out with the Apple Watch. And then also, from what we've been hearing from a long time, ever since the Series 4 came out last year, was that sleep tracking will come out with this watch this year. So that's really the main things that I can explain to you as of right now, what's going to happen. So I forgot to zoom in. So anyways, let's start out with the iPhone 11. Now, 2 years ago, Apple came out with the iPhone X, as most of you guys even have the phone, let alone already know. But the only issue was Apple messed up the naming, for say, of the phones, because they went from iPhone 8 to iPhone X. But what people are always getting confused is they're calling it, obviously it's the iPhone X, meaning, X in Roman numerals is 10. So people are calling it the iPhone 10. But really, it's the 10th anniversary. So that's why it was a special edition. They didn't want to call the iPhone, 10, for say, because, that would have messed up the lineup. They would have left the iPhone 9. So why people are already speculating that it's going to be the iPhone 11 is because they made the naming of the iPhone last year worse. They called it the iPhone XS and the XS Max. but people call it the XS and the XS Max, and and the XR, which is even more confusing. Like, what does all that have to do with it, So, hopefully this year, last year people thought that, we were going to have an iPhone 11. But now this year people are going to think that it's now going to be called iPhone 11. I don't know. Like I told you, these are just rumors. So, that doesn't mean that it's actually going to be called the iPhone 11, just so you guys know, okay? But anyways, this year also, if you don't know, Apple has been using the Pro name for a bunch of their other models. For instance, the MacBook Pro. Which, by the way, I'm using my new MacBook Pro to record right now, if you can't really see it. They also have iPad Pro and iMac Pro. So that's kind of why they might call the new ones the Pro models. And here's how you're gonna tell which ones are the Pros. So far with what we know is that the new iPhones are gonna come with 3 cameras, which will look kind of like this. That's gonna be what the Pros are. So that's going to be basically what we see now as your XS and XS Max. The new ones are going to have 3 cameras. A lot of people, say like, oh, it doesn't look that good. It looks ugly. Oh, it has a big, it's so much out of the phone, like how it's not full, smooth on the whole iPhone or whatever. You know what I'm talking about anyways. Like how it bulges out from the sides. Well, the thing is, like I said, this is just a rumor. It may come out like this. And if it does, most likely, but I don't know if we can really, get mad over it, because there can be many other ways they can do it, and this is what Apple believes is the most, the easiest way of doing it. So, here at Ice Universe, he does rumors for Samsung, but this time he's doing it for Apple. He says the rights are better, but the left is irreversible. So again, he's just, saying, but anyways, going back, there's going to be 3 different ones. They're going to have the, just like how this year we have the XR, the XS, and the XS Max, that's what these upcoming iPhones are going to be. But the iPhone XR, that comes with the multiple different colors, it's going to be coming with 2 lenses instead of 1, which I don't believe they even have a picture on here. I'm going to show you 2019 iPhone lineup. The 6.1 inch is what the iPhone XR is, and supposedly this is what it's going to look like. It's going to look like your average, XS or XS Max, which comes with the 2, the 2 cameras. So what they're basically doing, you're upgrading when you get that 11 Pro or the 11 Max. You're upgrading to 3 cameras, and the 11R is going to add a second lens. this one looks like a better picture of what it's gonna look like, you know? So anyways, so that's what we know so far, is that it's gonna have, the naming might be called Pro and Max, for both the higher end models, and the 11R is going to be coming with 2 cameras instead of just 1. Also, what we know is, I think we passed it, is the price. The pricing, if it doesn't show, the pricing is going to stay the same, but I want you to see the proof. I mean, if I don't find it, oh, look. It still is expensive. Now, keep in mind though, we were gonna have, during this year, we were supposed to have the Chinese tariff trade and all of that. So, everybody kept saying, oh no, the iPhones are going to be even more expensive and all that. Well, what happened is that trade didn't work out, and so the prices are staying the same for now. Next year's iPhones may either go up or down. We don't know, but as of this year, they're staying the same. But anyways, some things that we haven't mentioned are how the Samsung, the new S10 comes with 5G. This year they're not doing it with the iPhones because of what happened with, how AT&T, they're saying, oh, you guys have 5G now. If you guys have AT&T, or if you don't, AT&T has, falsely claimed that you have 5G now. Well, it's not really 5G. It's actually 4G, but it's, just a little bit faster. But they only want to call it 5G so that way people can, switch to AT&T so that way they can, have 5G. But in the Samsung phones, they start with 5G, but it's not really, fully developed, That's why Apple doesn't want to do 5G until next year, because at least by then they'll have 5G ready, where it's not going to be, how it is now, where it's not really 5G yet. The chip that's going to be in it obviously is going to be the A13, which is going to be even faster than the A12. The A12 right now is dominating the competition when it comes to even phones like the S10 and all that. And why is because with the chip, they're not really, more about the RAM. Because if you can't tell, iPhones don't have as much RAM as the Samsungs. But in theory, the A12s still dominate, processing power and speed. So Apple's not really interested in the RAM. But what RAM does is it keeps, the apps open for a longer time, where say you have it as in your multitask menu. When you go into an iPhone, it has to refresh the app again, whereas Samsung's, they stay. So that's really the only difference. But the A13 is still going to be really, really good compared to the competition no matter what, because, Samsung and them haven't catched up yet for the, speed test and the power. Like I said, we'll have, the same lineup, so there's still going to be, the iPhone 11R is going to have, the LCD screen. But next year, they're supposedly going to be all OLED. There's going to be Face ID, which will be faster. And supposedly when you have your phone, faced face down on the table, they'll still be able to unlock it because they're trying to make it where you can unlock it from the sides. You don't have to have it literally directly in front of your face, you know. Alright. Supposedly, this year they might have pencil support. And why I'm disregarding the rest is, jumping to USB, they're saying that, but, the thing is, in the box, you're going to be getting a new connector from USB-C. But what people don't know is it could go either two ways. It could be that they're jumping fully onto USB-C, or it could be kind of like how they have now, where they're making a USB-C brick, but it'll still go to your phone as Lightning. Reason why is because they have it on iPads, and reason why is because the Pro models on the iPads, they need USB-C so that way they can transfer files quicker. But with iPhones, they're not really, in that demand yet, where they don't really need to, but they're still testing it, So we'll see. That, again, that's a rumor. That doesn't mean it can be true. It can be true or it might not. Just like the pencil support, that could happen, but it might not. So anyways, that as of right now, that's all we know about the iPhones. Obviously it'll be, all of what we know right now will be put to the test on September 10th. Hopefully, that's the rumored date of when the Apple event's gonna happen, but we're not sure exactly until they make until they release it on their website. So anyways, the next one, because we took a long time on iPhones, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is the 16-inch MacBook Pro. This one's going to be shorter because they've already refreshed their computers not too long ago. That's why this one comes with the latest i9 processor, whereas most of the other computers come with only i5 or i7. So, with this in mind, obviously they're most likely going to release it this is just showing you how they released them before the event in 2019, in May. But what I want to show you, the design. The only difference with this 16-inch model is the design. And some people are saying that it's not going to be as noticeable, but I feel like it is because, okay, the 16-inch is going to be a 1-inch difference than this one. But what's going to be different is the looks, from what people are saying. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Once this release, what they're going to do with the 15-inch, they're not going to have it no more. So you're only going to be able to get the 16-inch. And what they were also saying is, on the new computers, they switched to a butterfly keyboard, so that way it does, I don't know if you can hear this, but it has a different click to the old style they had, which, is the mechanics of the keyboard changes, With the newer ones, they have, it still clicks, but it's like more together, the keyboard with the mechanism, and yeah. Now moving on to the iPads. The iPads this year, they were saying that there's actually not going to be new Pro models because the Pro models are still really good, that they don't really need to update it. But what they are going to do is the standard iPad, which is the 10.2 inch model. They're going to have, supposedly, they're going to add dual lens cameras, which, like I said, this is just only a rumor. I feel like that's not going to happen because this is still the standard model. If they're going to do that, that means they're going to, exceed the Pro models, because even the Pro models don't even have dual lens yet. And obviously it shows the release date. Like I was telling you, they used to release in March, but now they might actually do it in this event. Because in the March event, they only talked about the latest, subscriptions when it comes to Apple Music, Apple News, the new gaming subscription they're about to do, and things like that. The design has moved from 9.7 inches to the 10.2 it is today. And supposedly they're saying that, they're going to ditch the home button and add Face ID. Also, what I really don't believe either, they're not going to put, high-end stuff into a budget-end iPad, Which is and this proves to you what I just said was true, how they're not going to add any of this expensive things in a budget-end iPad. So don't expect that they'll move to OLED, which is, what's in your iPhones and all that. They're most likely not going to do that. They're probably going to stick to LCD. They'll upgrade if they do upgrade, they'll actually add in the A12. But if they don't, come out in September and they come out later, they'll most likely add the A13 next year in March. Software and all that, that's simple. That's iOS 13 and all that. So that's basically it for this video. Hopefully you didn't get bored, because there wasn't that much to talk about, but that's of what we're gonna, all we know now is basically what we have right in front of you. But hopefully you enjoyed that, and soon we're gonna hear news about when the event is and all that coming in September. Right now it's only August, but literally in 2 or 3 more days it's going to be September anyways, so most likely we're going to hear soon about it. But thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more videos on Apple Advisor and Lil Choo Choo.